Who's the... I thought that said colliding begins. Things are going to smash together now, right at the... Who decides what is right? I do. The Snonkers. I'm gonna see... Yeah, now we're fighting you and your entire giant army about it. Your mouth opened very slowly, and a swarm of wasps emerged from it. It's the last thing the enemy would expect. You're just gonna say that out loud? Nothing. Wow, it is really... You're really just out here saying, let the bodies pile high, huh? Okay, so there's only really two ways we can go, making the majority of these positions largely irrelevant. Commander... Do not speak, you've already been sworded, and I think a ninja realised. No. You would. You're blaming us for things. Emotional resonance. Once the cows vanished when I got further away. God, that frame rate. Ah, the frames. Give them back. Okay, I can fight you at least. There was no benefit to my little tower back there. Didn't have any specific effect, so there would have been no point. I would have gained no advantage, rather, fighting you there as opposed to out here. So let's simply... Oh, this is an extended version of the training grounds. Where we... Oh, I forgot to change that back. Oh, for God's sake. Ha-ha! Whee! Oh, shit. I'm sort of counting on... actually hitting you. Just ever so slightly. I'd normally be better. I'm not using my main weapon right now. Please bear that in mind as I kick you in the brain. Okay, you need to return to form right this minute, sir. You can go sneaky back long way, I think. Because I think that should be your name, actually. I mean, is very good, but sneaky back long way just has kind of a ring to it. I honestly think... I keep struggling with you specifically, so it might honestly behoove me to just pour some levels into you. An assassin is upon us. But what he doesn't realise, I could have just let him fall over and probably bought myself some time. Bought myself a cotton wool swab to use as an answer or an excuse. Or a song intro. I could have opened a podcast with that, but now I have to leave forever. Get off the stage. Thank you. Who have you got? You... are kind of handsome. So there's that. I'm still gonna kill you, hopefully. I certainly can't afford to let you reach our commander, apparently, because we're doing fucking that again. Because that's fun, just making it just not worth using an entire fifth of your resources. Yes. Just sort of scooped you into a blood. Oh, the second one wasn't here in time, I guess. Well, that's what you get. That's what you get. You get scooped away because your friend didn't get there on time. Now, the mightiest of the mighty. The snonkiest of the snonk. The Cannon Master Supreme and the only one we trust. For right, what's all you doing in the middle? You're all just sort of fucking around looking at each other. Having a little scrum. The Scrum Brothers. I've fought you before somewhere. You're another just actual child. You... What's going on? What's going on, friend and sir? Why must you perplex me with your porcelain face? Much good will it do you in hell? Ooh. Would a porcelain face be beneficial in hell? I suppose there's no real way of knowing, huh? Maybe there's a dress code, you know? That would be truly maddening, because no one's deliberately going to hell. If they didn't let you in because you weren't dressed correctly, like, do you just... I guess you just avoid going to hell at that point. Like, that's actually... Maybe that's the strat. You're all moving very slow. Oh, you're moving down here is the thing. I could be cheeky. I could be cheeky and attack... Oh no, I couldn't, because you're not going to wait outside there. But what I will do, actually, thinking about it, is please go, thank you. You're just sort of an ordinary folk outside in the rain. They get more ordinary the further in you get. You've sort of put your best foot forward in terms of attack, but now they're all gonna... I think this room full of them's gonna be the last. The champion of the table tennis. That's going through your palm. Okay, that's not how you're supposed to wear those, I don't think. I'm starting to wonder if the champion of the table tennis tournament might not be the least of your problems right now, and I rarely say that. You know me, I don't like to trivialise ping pong. That was very satisfying. Stompy stompy stomp. A stompy stompy stomp. Oh, don't. Thank you for stopping. Ah! Large swords ahoy. Here's what you don't consider. What you don't consider to be true is a miracle for me and you. Yes. Try and fight now, you absolute piss. Cronfrey has a really impressive win rate, I've just noticed. It's kind of amazing. I mean, he's been around for the fewest battles, but like, it's not like his wins are like... He's got like as many wins seemingly as everyone else, if not more. Like, he's been in the fights. He is the legendary warrior, the legendary warsmith. He's just so good at all of the options, and you can't see him until it's too late. That's another sort of unfair advantage that he has. I just sort of moved close to you. There we go, I can launch you in the sky if I do it properly. He does have very good stats as well on that diagram. I saw someone try and repurpose that kind of diagram at once. It's at work, and it always makes me laugh, because like evidently someone in the like business/marketing department needed a thing to do, so they like invented this business planning tool that was just like that kind of graph. They just reinvented that kind of graph, but like more visually confusing, because like a lot of like the visual elements that help you read it had been stripped away and applied to an entirely subjective criteria that you can't really measure numerically on a scale, thus rendering it completely useless. I think about that all the time. It was shit genius. The flimsy kernel might honestly go this way. Because you still need to heal for a little bit, and then honestly, maybe you as well, because you down here are Siegfried, whereas all you up here are just piss wizards. Siegfried, look, with his reserve offense up. Well, we won't know how to deal with that, will we, unless we send in all of them. And you now as well. It's just some little warriors in here, just some ordinary soldiers. So I'm not too worried about the implications on my commander. Because that is a factor I have to worry about, apparently. He's not afraid. Look, nobody who does that could possibly be afraid of anything. You might have a fan. You are a dancer as well. Then you will understand I cannot lose because I'm here and you have no fuse. You won't detonate at all. Look, shit! Sure, I don't know if I can jump off the stage. I would have incited a riot. And tango deletion removes your orange beverage. I know they have non-orange ones, but look, I can't help what they're most known for, okay? You can't. You can only build your brand so much. The world will choose a brand for you more often than not. Okay, it's your own fault for making an orange drink. Every time, it's always when someone makes an orange drink that their public perception is basically set in stone. We call it the beverage of no return. And it's always orange flavoured, always. People will try and make it taste like another citrus fruit and then just accidentally land on orange, and then they'll be like, oh fuck. Well, I guess I'm this forever now. Ticket booth turmoil in raspberry hell. There's fish! There's fish just sort of bonking about! Look at them go! Look at them go! This is how a fish moves! Definitely! Don't question it, that current's really fucking strong. Those salmon are just not getting anything done today. The woes of the salmon are plentiful. Oh, it's the thing he says in the story mode! Decisive battle. Hey! They wrote it out a second time. Fight me in your sanctuary. I'm going to... Why are you fighting for the guy with the cursor? Do you not know he's got it, or do you know he's got it and are, like, infiltrating? Do you just happen to be here? I take for granted, like, one of the, essentially, like, the unit that was placed as the enemy's commanding officer, like, was actually, like, not supposed to be on that battlefield. Mooncalf. Mooncalf's first appearance! She assassinated the actual commander right before our eyes, so I sort of take it for granted that they might not necessarily be. It could be a coincidence that Siegfried's even here. All I will say, the fact that didn't do that much damage bodes very ill. But I've got range, look. I've got range, you'll never be free of me. My arm's too long. Ho ho, hey, hey, ho ho, hey ho, poke, poke, oh, pokey leg. I've got pokey leg syndrome, okay? It's not something I can stop any more than you can stop time. This is where I trick him into revealing that he's a time wizard. Out of a desire to prove me wrong. Deep under the surface of Lemon Glade Avenue, there is a little house, and it contains a little mouse. Why does a mouse have property? Nobody knows but me! And I must keep it that way, I'm on a bound. The mouse told me to keep it a secret. And I keep my promises, especially to mice. You can't make me betray a Squoofus. Alright, so don't fucking bother, or I'll bend back in a weird way. Fucking fish. They're trying. I can't believe it either, Siegfried. It's almost too incredible. Now that I've... Oh, you're coming. You're coming to attack, but it's... Oh no, you're just coming to defend. Fair enough. That is a valid choice as well. Toothpicks for father. Toothpicks for Father is a very good musical. The Almighty One. But that's a story for another time, I'm afraid. I can't describe musicals while going to war. Oh my god. You've just got ordinary tambourines, though. Those are the tambourines of a newcomer. You can't have been wiggling your hands about for very long. They've not trusted you with the big ones yet. You did a lot of damage. How are you doing that much? You're just an ordinary person. You're just an ordinary little person. Living on the edge. Living in the rain. Living in the windmill. Living in the windmill. Living in the windmill. Okay. Oh no! Living in the windmill! Okay, I just had to say living in the windmill until you died. Now that that's resolved. It might not be in my favour that you really don't have much of most of the stats that mean something. I don't know what agility translates to in this context. Living in a windmill, living in a windmill, living in a windmill, living in a windmill, 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 living in a windmill, 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 windmill. Okay. You lived in a windmill. And there's no getting around that anymore. You've been in over 100 battles. And you're still not great. And then all of you down here can finish your work. And then I shall be faster than ever. That's how Sonic the Hedgehog did it. He just did whatever I just said. Not got the best net. You're making my walk not very effective. I didn't see that this was... You're making me slip in all sorts of directions, to be honest. It's kind of upsetting. The displacement. The displacement of Arnold Mercury. The displacement's making it difficult to... There's lots of pots down there of treasure. Or pots near treasure at the very least. He may just also like mason jars. You know? Someone can like coins and jars at the same time. You can put coins in a jar if you want, but you don't have to. Alright? Because it's not about that any day. It's about jar ownership and nothing else. You will not come to the aid of the fortress there. It's surrounded by pillars, and now you're surrounded by us. There's the cruel irony of it. The cruel jest of fate. Oh, whirlwind, that explains it. Explains why I was having just a bad... And there's separate on this one as well. Could I have coaxed you out of that building? That might have been a fun, like, start attacking from here with you, because you can't get through me. So, like, if you tried to retreat to the main stronghold like they like to do, I would just battle you outside of here. It's too late now. I've let the gauge run down while I was explaining it. Oh, you might push me, but it doesn't matter. For with a nicotine patch on one hand and a burnt crepe in the other, I will destroy the last of your army and leave you more or less defenseless. Oh, God. Oh, come on. Here's this. Good. And, no, that's a really short-range thing to have done. Okay. Alright, we're good. We're good here. Alright, now we can sell vitamins or we can sell hydrogen, but not both. That's the law. Nothing I can do about that. But I can secure multiple spawn points so that I can attack the fortress stronghold and end the big war. Now everyone but your fated rival is going to attack you right now. Don't feel too bad about it, the same happened to Luna. It is true of us all, did I not send you? Come on. You've got to go as well. You've got to fight in a big battle at the end. Guardian Force. I don't know what that does. It's going to be interesting to not really observe what effect it's having. Let's check back in on the fish. They're still sort of almost fish. Are there any more fish anywhere in the world? Don't seem to be. There's a bird. There's a bird, but that's not a fish, is it? No matter what Big Pharma tries to tell you. Yes, they're taking drugs to make you believe that they're birds. I've lost the thread of that sentence, but let's not be stricken down, actually. What if you just don't? What if you just don't like all the other ones didn't? That'd be an idea. That'd be a fun thing to do with your evening. Interesting activity for family, friends, or even just on your own. I read about it in a magazine. You're dressed like a pirate. You coming in to do it again?
I will not lose against a traitor, even if it is you.
It's rude. I am the representative of not anyone who isn't a lizard and wants to rebel. It's a fact. It's a fact and a thing that I cut your legs off for. Alright, there's it's another one of this. It's another one of this, except you're not really fighting me as much as the other ones has historically have. You might lose against a traitor, specifically it being me. I've got 3 other traitors after this, just to let you know. Doesn't bode well, does it? Give it up for Toby Totebag number 38! Madam... Bonk! Perfect! You fool, you died on the stairs. I was gonna do the whole you died as you lived bit, but it just got very... You were, I'm afraid to say, the man made evil swords. He was having this whole, you were not necessarily present where you in earshot, but he had this whole like villain speech about how easy to manipulate you were. Sometimes we don't hear the Emperor talk about how gullible we are, and then it's too late to do anything about it. And that's a shame. Now that's something we need to... So all of this has been Chapter 1. SOULCALIBUR. What's about the Soul of Edge? Yeah, so we know what that is now. We know about SOULCALIBUR. And we gotta find Luna, because Luna's got the thing we want. We went to Perugia. So let's shake away the idle thoughts. We're gonna be attacking it, I think. That's the main strength. But I'm gonna... Oh no. You've already been doing war? Oh, you're here. You're here to help attack. Oh, you've lent the sword. I happened to be in the mood to give you a sword, and old man kept bothering me. Why did he pick you of all people? And why... That's odd. I saw you had a blue hello. Oh. Oh! Oh! Yay! We're gonna do betraying. We're going to do betraying to get Chester. I thought we were still pretending Chester was dead. You're really sort of giving that one away for free. I'm not gonna fucking bother trying to translate that. Let's just go. Yeah. You pretended to have grey hair so you could have your revenge. Was this your real plan to... Or is this you improvise? I can't be bothered trying to comprehend. Go over in the fog and go to war over there. I'm guessing you are one of... No, you're level 99. And you are worse. You're worse than what I was expecting, actually. I have a feeling something horrible is going to happen if I leave you unchecked, however, and so I may sort of, on the off chance. There's really no reason to attack this at all. It's completely circumventable. Why have you got to be this way even when it's raining? My head's already wet. What are you planning? You some manner of mercenary. I've got no fucking clue who you are. Oh, there's a backwards round way. There's a way backwards round. Ah, oh, fuck. This is gonna get troublesome to keep track of. Because of all of these backwards boys up on the map like this. I'll switch back to guillotines. I keep saying don't blame the weapon, and then I keep switching the weapon, hoping for different results. Because only a fool would be as purple as this! Okay, well, it may not matter against you, largely. You're definitely bonus flippy sisters! But it's not too late to change that. Cochrane of the Cold can say things to you that even you can't hear. Right, you've got the best ears. Oh, shit, you just punched me in the nose. This is doing nothing. This is just like... Clearly I'm not supposed to really be able to fight you on equal terms. I don't know why you just saved it for some guy. Such a weird position to put me in and put my son in. He's here eating meat. Right, just roast leg of something. We know it's flesh, that's all we know about what my son's doing right now. We know my son is eating flesh, and that's all he'll tell us. You know what, maybe I don't care about anything other than beating you for the rest of this episode. Maybe it's time to just attack you. Because you're all done over here. You're all done in the gate today, so what if we just go? You are an unknown. You make me uncomfortable. Your own actions led to this. You also turned up to the war. You don't have to do warfare at me as a response to every single action I undertake. Oh, you can't wear the toothpaste turban. I don't know why you would try to be honest. It seems sticky and uncomfortable. I don't think they're meant to be made of toothpaste. You always cut my feet off and you leave me in the air for 1,000 years. That's gotta be an effect of the map or something, right? There's no way I would just be juggled for that long. Here we go, negative crustaceans for the connotation battle. Alright, what can be inferred from what I've said? Let's find out. In the form of crabs. If I can get you, I can't. So it's moot. Knee-high socks! Of course. Of course, what we just saw there would play out. So is this guy a reference to someone or something? Like, what's the justification for just this very hard man? You don't learn on the bench, you'll learn on the 7 seas! Oh, yes. There's much we can teach you out on the ocean blue. Cromfrey's here, and he's going to sever you. Cromfrey's actually in with a shot here. Sort of spamming the same moves over and over again. Oh no, well that changed some things. There's some factors that are different now because of that. Hey. Don't believe me. Paint your serpents. It's all inching us closer. You might not recover all your health in time, and this lizard that I've brought before you might do something. Okay, all things considered, it's not the best I could have hoped for, I feel like. If Lizard and Cromfrey had attacked together, we'd be in with a real chance. But apart, they can do very little against the might of whoever the fuck over here. Joe Butler of the Tickle Police. I need to do more than this. Okay, well, I didn't. Every loss only makes me stronger. It only brings you closer to the garden centre. Alright, I know I just know, I can feel it, that if I get you near potted plants, you'll start to slip. Your skills will fade. And then you'll slowly turn to jade. I know that's the curse that was put upon you. Yes, I have access to these types of informations. Shit! Look, the stronger I get, the worse your name will ultimately be. So why don't you just lose now while I'm still relatively low level? Go along. Go along and row the boat. Row other boats as well if you want, but only if you can. You're not under any obligation to row boats you can't. Alright? I would never make you row a boat without training. Okay, you seem to have a favourite thing to do in response to me grabbing. This is bad. You can occupy the northern gate while you're at all this, I think. May as well get something done to like make the next episode shorter. I mean, that's an optimistic assessment, but
Decisive battle.
thanks, I guess. I'll give you credit for one thing that's under my bed, and that's the picture of a tax collector that you drew for me. Don't know why you did it, but it's not enough to make up for killing me all these times. To be honest, with how long this has gone on, I may just, if I don't win this one, I may just resign myself to the idea that I'm not capturing the moment on screen. And I'll just do it in my own time, and just, you know, we won't get to see the moment that Ond falls over and keels down. This is clearly a bonus thing I could spare myself, but I'm like, it's a little personal now. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm not gonna coat it in sweets. I'm not gonna put sherbet on a fact. But I'm gonna do this to you. Yeah, you see, if I'd combined this with the Cronfrey performance from earlier, one more. Don't film me. You don't have my consent. You can't show this to Doffrey Boppler, the man who you film things for on the sly. I know that about you. Oh, that's what you're really here for. You don't like war, you like filming. But you should have told me and asked me for permission. You couldn't have thought you'd get away with it forever. Doffrey Boppler can't protect you that much. And you knew he wasn't going to bother. Doffrey Boppler would leave you to rot in a heartbeat if he thought he would gain anything from it. Because that's the kind of man he is. Man/gargoyle. You would go horizontal the one time I didn't need you to. When it's my turn on the Wii U, everyone cries.
I don't believe it.
There's something really visceral about that. It seems unlikely that this is happening. He's really sort of cottoned on to the fact that I've got one move that works on him with Cronfrey, and it's the charge. That's how we say no. Yeah, no, it's not. Or no, it isn't. I hadn't even had time to like say the hopeful statement before it became apparent that it wouldn't happen again. Right, I'm fucking going. Tune in next time where he'll either have been dead or I will have lost interest. Goodbye.